Illuminati's takeover of hip-hop, all right? Right now, as Black Dot says, if you're in this room and you're still listening to V103, 107.9, and you're still hanging out at the clubs, partying, getting your groove on, which, don't get me wrong, it's nothing wrong with going out and releasing some tension with your girlfriends or your homies. Don't get me wrong. But if you're enjoying the music to the point where you're throwing a couple back, and you partying to the music, and you think everything is everything, and we got a black president, and everything is going to be fine, you at the wrong goddamn lecture. Are you following me? This is not that lecture. It's the one down the street or next week. You at the wrong lecture. We have to take care of some serious business today because the people that are raking in millions are after our souls and our children's souls. And they don't give a damn about us. Are you following me? All right, so if my voice get a little raspy and I start to yell, don't take it personal, all right? I got to speak through a degree of ignorance. Now, these are not my particular images, per se. But in order for me to attract people to the DVD and the lecture, we have to let people know this is what we're going to be dealing with, these demonic forces. Don't even get caught up into the colors, the red and black, because if you deal with the Akan people and the Ifa and the Yoruba tradition, the warrior colors are red and black. We just got to steal our energy back from these people. Are you following me? All right, cool. So let's push forward. So let's deal with the black music and the psychoanalytical destruction of a stolen legacy. We have a long history of black music that has been left to us, left in our care. And you see how we've handled soul music, gospel, jazz. We've let these other people creep in and take our music and change the frequency of the music. So when you hear those low bass tones, all right, when you hear that low vibratory music, all right, it's hitting you here. It's stimulating something. That energy travels up the base of the spine. It taps into your pituitary gland and your pineal gland. Once it taps your pituitary gland and releases those hormones, that's you, sister, on the dance floor backing it up on some dude at the club. You don't even know who the hell he is, and he grinding on you. Listening to songs calling you all out your name, but you dancing because you threw a couple back now. You straight. Are you following me? So we have to understand this particular dynamic. So now you're out of your mind because you've been dragged to America. You're wearing somebody else's clothes, eating somebody else's food, worshiping somebody else's God, eating somebody else's food. You're dancing to music that's attacking your higher frequency because they attacking you in the fourth dimension, and they attacking you here with dealing with your lower chakras. Now you see the psychological covert war that's being waged against us? Yes. And if you don't notice, you're going to lose. They have taken our music, put a label on it and a new face on it, so now when you go back and look at jazz, you don't even see us. And I'm sure we can get together and mention some greats. The psychoanalytical. Analytical only means analyzing it and reading between the lines. But when we talk about the psyche in psychology, we're not talking about the mind, we're talking about the soul. So when you hear someone is a psych major and they start talking about the mind, say, no, you're dead ass, wrong. Psyche has nothing to do with the mind. It's the soul. Our great philosophers and teachers taught us, know thyself. And everyone that I meet, including the brothers and sisters that are here, I want to ask you all a question. Everyone I meet, I ask this question to. What's your purpose in life? What's your mission statement? Mine is to step forward, my left foot forward, trampling evil. Are you following me? All right, and salvation of the soul. So every step I take is salvation of the soul. Are you following me? But we have to understand what happened on the psyche level, or analytical level, and what happened as a result to destruction of our stolen legacy. Are you following me? Let's push forward. Mind you now, we're going to get into defining what is black, all right? And music is a universal language. This is the book, Analytics. It's 20 years of conversations and interviews with Public Enemy's Minister of Information. Followed by this particular book, Music Business, which is a book that I wrote before. I'm going to put it back out. Followed up with this book, hopefully in January or February, which is the culmination of these particular lectures called The Psychological Covert War on Hip-Hop. I might not have that same cover when it actually comes out. Now, keep in mind, all of the information, because I know it's kind of dark in here, we're not doing any note-taking, I put all of this information here. So all of the websites that I need you to go to, because none of this information is Griff's. It's just coming through me. Are you following me? All of it is here on CD-ROM, okay? So I'm going to move kind of quick. A lot of the images I received from rents.com. A couple of short clips I'm going to show is from Information Liberation. Alex Jones's website is Infowars.com. And of course, the famous website that I'm always there, educate-yourself.org or .com. If there's anything that you want to know, you probably want to start there at educate-yourself.com. All right, very popular hip-hop site, which they don't hold back. They tell you everything inside and out, and they don't care who's reading or watching. The website there at the top. So let's push forward. I'm going to skip through a lot of the preliminaries. Now, if you want to know the inside and out and the origin of the Illuminati, a story told by this gentleman, Myron Fagan. Keep in mind, please note this, the Illuminati is the CFR in America. The CFR is the Council on Foreign Relations. Note that, because you're going to need to know that in order to understand everything else I lay out. And this gentleman, Myron Fagan, put it out. You can go to this particular website and you can download the entire story that he wrote about the Illuminati and its origin, and it's factual. Are you following me? All right, let's push forward. Like I said earlier, Myron Fagan on the Illuminati and the Council on Foreign Relations, which is the CFR, all right? We have to keep in mind that a lot of people have lost their lives trying to get this particular information out, all right? So when you get it, you need to entrust it with people that you trust, all right? Now, we're going to get opposition from family members, boyfriends, girlfriends, all right? But this is that day, all right, the day of separation. Also, not only is the day of separation, this is that day where it's called the manifestation of defect. If there's a defect that's in you, it's going to be brought out to the surface. And we're going to see you for who you really are. All right, can I give you a prime example of that? Your man Kanye West. We're seeing this dude for who he really is, and slowly but surely it's coming out. You couldn't wait to get to the store to either buy 50 Cent's album or Kanye West's album, because they told us on the internet they was having a contest working against one another to see who could sell the most. And we went out and we bought the damn thing. We bought into the lie. And guess who benefited? The record company and the people that own both of them. It's the Hegelian dialectic principle played out in hip-hop. Are you following me? We need to understand this particular dynamic. They was fashioning Kanye West as the poster boy of hip-hop. So here it says hip-hop's class act defying the rules of rap. Kanye West goes his own way. Why is he the smartest man in pop music? Let me show you something. You don't make Time magazine being no damn rapper. How many other rappers you seen on the cover of Time? This is reserved for presidents and dignitaries and big business people. Why Kanye? We need to understand, look, hip-hop, class act. Defying the rules of rap, Kanye West goes his own way. Why is he the smartest man in pop? How did we get from hip-hop to rap to pop? Showing you how they're destroying the frequency in hip-hop. Are you following me? They put it right in front of us because we look at it instead of in it. We don't understand what these people are saying. Mind you, we don't read Time. They're speaking to someone else. Are you following me? Let's push forward. Now, Kanye West broke away from the script and said George Bush don't care about black people. And it got him into a little trouble. So what did they have him do? The next day, he was on TV and radio apologizing to homosexuals. If this is part of your mission statement, and this is what you've been telling people day in and day out for years, and if you're sitting in this room or you're watching this on DVD or on YouTube, you may be the product of a mind control experiment. Because this is the very same thing they put among our people to rehearse to our people as a mantra. So digest these, and then after you digest this as a mantra, go back and put in a search engine the true history of the Bible. Then you call me and tell me what you came up with. The 1611 King James Version of the Bible is not the original Bible. Are you following me? I can honestly say that there's about 40-something Bibles before that one. So these statements cannot be true. Are you following me? Okay, let's push forward. I need you to know that. All right? Yeah, we can skip over a lot of this. I want to get right to the point. Truth does not fear investigation. All right? I don't mind you calling me late night, early in the morning on my website, emailing me, texting me. It doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you the truth on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday morning, Sunday night. It's going to be the same story. Are you following me? It's not going to change. I'm not going to do the puppy remix. Are you following me? It's not going to change. All right? So I don't mind being under the microscope. I don't mind putting what I say under the microscope. Hell, every lecture I give you my damn phone number and I give you all of the information that I'm dealing with. I'm not running from anyone. Are you following me? And this is the way we have to come at these people to let them know, look, we real. I get people calling me like, damn, you put your phone number on YouTube? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a real dude. Call me. What's up? Talk to me. Well, I really don't have anything to say. I just wanted to make sure the number was right. I said, well, call me back. So let's meet the fuckers, all right? No, I'm not cursing. The fuckers, the F-O-C-K. All right, thanks. Anyway, as though you never heard this before. But anyway, some of these people you may be familiar with. I should have gave a disclaimer. You're not going to agree with everything I have to say. And whether you get red-faced and angry or not, we're going to take a break and you can talk to me. Are you following me? All right, cool. Let's push forward. This is one of the books that I've been studying, I'd say, for about 15 years now. And I had to constantly renew my history and go back over the conspiracy of the Illuminati. What I did was I'm not going to read it all to you. I'm not even going to read part of it. I put it down in here for you to understand. But you have to understand the history of the Illuminati in order for me to even say something like, yes, Jay-Z is part of the Illuminati and he's taking an oath. Because if you don't even know what the Illuminati is, then if I talk about it in reference to some rappers, what does it mean to you and you don't even know who they are? The Illuminati is the holders of the light. You have a young boy or girl and you see and they're doing really good in school and we make a statement like they're very bright. Well, this is where we get that term from. Are you following me? So we have to understand something. They're holders of the light, using the lie that the objective was to bring about a one world government in order to enable those with mental ability to govern the entire globe. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it 3 times so you don't ask me about this later. Listen, you don't choose them, they choose you. They watch you, they monitor you, they choose you. I'm going to say this again, so please don't ask me this later on. All right? You don't choose them, they choose you. You do not choose them. All right? They choose you. But what they did was, now listen, we're not talking about the average Mason. Not the Mason that attends the lodge down the street. He's probably a good dude, but we're not talking about him. He is clueless. Are you following me? But once they watch you and they bring you in, then they give you the special teaching and special instruction. Are you following me? So the Freemasons and the Illuminists actually infiltrated the Masonic temple to set up shop because they knew the Masons were all over the globe. Are you following me? I'm just giving you a brief synopsis of the particular story. And the very same thing that they've done in hip-hop, they've done throughout the world. They've created opposing sides and opposing forces. Hold on. And they arm them. And what does it say? They provide the incidents to go down, to cause wars. This concept is called the Hegelian dialectic principle, and I'm going to show it to you in a moment. Now let's read further. It says, again I say, the very condition in the world today, and at this point let me stress the prime feature of the Illuminate plans, when and if they're what? Blueprint. Did we say blueprint? The architects, their blueprint for world control. The blueprint. What does that sound like? Thank you. Then you own it. The protocols of the elders of Zion, they've laid this plan out in different places. Let's not be so foolish to think that they did not want to capture the minds, hearts, and souls of 30 to 60 to 70 million black people in America. Are you following me? Let's push forward. They use monetary and sex bribery to obtain control over men. Let's stop and pause. How many people have been brought up on sex charges and their political careers are over right now? Can we say Bill Clinton, John Edwards? We could go on and on and on. Am I right or wrong? The Kennedys having sex with Marilyn Monroe right in the White House? Are you following me? So this is what they do. They use monetary and sex bribery to obtain control over men already in high places in various levels of government in the fields of endeavor. They didn't leave out education. They didn't leave out religion. Are you following me? This is too much to get into, but let me read a little bit of it. The Illuminati and the faculties of colleges and universities were to cultivate students possessing exceptional mental ability belonging to well-bred families with international leanings. They choose you. They watch you. Like they're doing right now, and a sister confessed this right on the campus of Spelman. They said they tapped her on the shoulder and asked her to come to a meeting, and that's how they introduced it. Once she says yes and gives her word and take the oath, college tuition paid for. Car, place to live, this is how they do it. This is how they get down. Are you following me? Let's push forward. Wait, let's get familiar with what this term is. When you see these people with a Rhodes Scholarship, now we understand how these people operate, because they chose these people, gave them a Rhodes Scholarship, and they take care of these people from that point forward. The kind of Sleazer Rices and the, what's the other dude, Colin Powell's. Are you following me? All right, let's understand that. It says all influential people trapped into coming under the control of the Illuminati, plus the students who have been specially educated and trained were to be used as agents and placed behind the scenes, and they've been placed in the music industry. Let's push forward. All right, we're going to skip over this. This book I'm reading right now, I'm in the middle of it. I have a formula on how I read. I kind of skim through it, kind of pick out the stuff that I like. Then I have to go back and read the book from cover to cover. All right. I have to piece it apart, photocopy some stuff, underline some stuff, circle some stuff, because that's how we have to do it, because I'm very analytical. This brother, John Potash, actually really put it down. He made the connection between Tupac and black leadership, and you can follow Tupac, and you can follow Malcolm, Martin, Mumia, Jimi Hendrix, Jam Master Jay, the Black Panther Party. Are you following me? And you can actually make the connection. These people don't care who and what you are. All right? They'll pay off your family members. All right? They'll corrupt some family members, wives, husbands, girlfriends. They'll bug your hotel room like they did Dr. Martin Luther King, and they'll send the tapes to his wife. Are you following me? These, I'm telling you, this is how these people get down. All right, let's push forward. You can put this in a search engine, and you could do further investigating on connecting the dots and see who's who, and you can actually connect the dots. The Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, and the Bilderberger Group. All right? These are some of the main organizations, although there's others that I'm going to show you who they are in a minute. And this is one prime example of how we can show you who they are. It says, we shall not exonerate Saddam Hussein for his actions. We will mobilize to meet this threat to our vital interests in the Persian Gulf until an amicable solution is reached. Our best strategy is to be prepared. Failing that, we are coming to kick your ass. And everyone mentioned on here is a multinational corporation, and these people in cahoots with one another. But deeper than that, I want you to look at the symbols. Are you following me? All of this is a language that the Illuminists use to speak to one another when they want to speak past your ears and past your consciousness. They use signs and symbols. They use colors, shapes, numbers, mantras to invoke a certain feeling, a certain spirit, a certain mind control, a certain mindset. They use symbols. For example, and only for example, because we're going to deal with this a little bit later on, the amico. What is an amico? You see what I mean? already has gotten right by us. How many people know what this drink called the sobe? But what is sobe? You see, we don't know. See, this is the language that they use to lock you into this mind control, ritual mind state. I've seen this car called the Acura. What is the Acura? What is a Lexus? And what is the numbers and the letters on the back of the car? What does it mean? Do you know? Can somebody tell me? But you see, we fall into this and we repeat it. And we repeat the mantra over and over, almost into a hypnotic state. Are you following me? From the rip, I want to let you know that all of these people work in cahoots with one another. All right? From the beginning, I want to let you know that they use numbers, letters, and colors a lot different than how we use them. All right? They want to invoke certain stimulus and response from you. Are you following me? So they may use a red square. All right? But if we do our study, we know the red square is where? The red square? Russia. Are you following me? All right, that's cool. So they may play the red off of the blue. All right, and blue is a color of deception. When you look up at the sky is not really blue. It's a color of deception. Are you following me? Then they go through these mantras where they always use the tri, which is CNN, NBC, ABC. They'll even spell out Fox with 3 letters, the BBC. All right, just like you, a lot of people in the audience have 3 names, first name, middle name, and last name. When you see flags, you'll see 3 panels. Are you following me? All right, once they get you locked into that particular frequency, it's nothing for you to accept the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right, but you see, you didn't know the trick and how it's played on a subconscious level. Now you do. So once you buy into the mantra, now we'll be able to understand these things. And this is true. This is actually what's happening. They are brainwashing you, or they're washing your brain. Are you following me? So they're in cahoots with one another. You may see somebody on Fox disrespecting somebody on NBC or ABC News. They're all in cahoots with one another. It's the same kind of mantra because they always use the 3, which is significant because that's what Jay-Z did, the Blueprint 3. And he even said once upon a time they used this particular thing to connect the dots to making it an original number 3. But who is he fooling? That's some damn foolishness. We know why you up in that space. You released the Blueprint 3, which I'm going to go over in a few minutes, because you've elevated through the 3rd degree in Freemasonry, which is the Grand Lodge. Now you're a worshipful master, and now you're in the Blue Lodge, which is the 3rd degree of Freemasonry. Are you following me? So now Jay-Z is in a position where he can have his own lodge and bring people in. Are you following me? And that is no secret because Kanye is one of them. Nas is another one. Rihanna is another one. Are you following me? So the Amico is actually a torch. Who are the Illuminati? The light bearers, holders of the torch, holders of the light. And you see the 3 panels, the red, the white, and the blue. They don't do this by accident. This is on purpose. Are you following me? We're going to get into that a little bit deeper. The rap industry specifically has not only shaped the minds of the people, but guided them into a pre-programmed and artificial manufactured future in which we will all be reduced to nothing more than slaves on a global plantation. And that's actual fact. It says the highest levels of the Obama administration are infested with members of a shadowy, elitist cabal intent on installing a one world government that subverts the will of the American people. And this picture is actually true. They are all over the globe. Illuminists, neocons is another code word for them. Are you following me? But even these people don't know who's controlling them. All right? Homework assignment. Look through the newspaper, whichever one you want to pick up. You'll always see the hand, but it's not ever attached to a body. Call me on it. My number is 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. And then let me roll your mind back to Hurricane Katrina. You remember the sisters were giving birth on the bridge? And they had little babies that they were taking care of, Tay-Tay, Riri, Man, and them? And they was handing their babies to these white people? Never to be seen again. They do blood rituals and blood sacrifice and human sacrifice with these babies. Thousands of children come up missing every year. Are you following me? Now roll your mind back to the missing and murdered children in Atlanta. Are you following me? Then they turned around and blamed it on a black man. Right. Well, hell, y'all not too damn excited about that because they just did it recently. They knocked off Michael Jackson and then blamed it on a black man. And y'all didn't say anything. Well, the missing and murdered children went down the same way. They turned around and blamed it on a black man. This is their scheme. This is their way, and they do it all the time right in front of us. And we say nothing. So we can't, you know why they did that? Because if we knew that one of them killed Michael Jackson, oh, we'd tear this damn country to shreds. So they had to blame it on the black man. They put the black man in that position where they can kill Michael Jackson through him. Are you following me? Somebody called me, well, what the hell are you talking about, man, all this human sacrifice, these blood rituals? You don't even know what the hell you talking about. I'm looking around the room. I don't see the brothers that drove from Florida. Are they? Oh, here they go. Okay, I wanted to make sure you was here, brother, because I got something to drop in a minute. The human sacrifices are mentioned in the Bible. Did not Abraham had to take his son up on a mountain and sacrifice him? So I know what the hell I'm talking about. I ain't crazy. This is how they get down. Are you following me? Let's push forward. I swear I wish I can get my hands around this. Anyway, I'm going to be nice today. Anyway, yeah, we have to study Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew. See, we may not have heard some of these people because they come in the guise under foundations. And let me tell y'all something. When y'all start hearing about Oprah and so is the richest person on the planet, stop. These people got money that you can't even count. You ain't got enough zeros in your goddamn calculator to calculate the amount of money these people have. Are you following me? But these are the people that they talk about in Ma'afa 21 in the DVD, where these people bring about the conscious and intellectual manipulation of the organized habits, all right, and opinions of the masses of the people. What am I saying? I'm saying when you see somebody start to wear pink on a video and then everybody's wearing pink, I got a problem with that. That's mind control. You remember the song that was out several years ago? I slang in my white tee, bang in my white tee. How the hell does everybody across the country at the same time wear white tees? That's mind control. So soon as little Soulja Boy makes his cute little song and puts it up on YouTube, everybody across the country is doing the same dance at the same time? That's mind control. Let's push forward. I told this one interviewer on the radio, I said, okay, my voice may get a little bit raspy and you may disagree at me in my style of speaking. You may disagree with me, but you ain't going to disagree with these images when you got to battle them when you go home later on. Because this is true. They coming after you in the womb. They're putting these vibratory frequencies, sound vibrations around our pregnant women and sisters. Right. So you carry the vibration into the womb. Let me tell y'all something, man, for real. When you study music and the vibration on water, the body is made up 3/4 with water. So when the vibration enters the womb and it enters your aura, that vibration is carried through the womb, into the bag of water, your womb, into the baby's consciousness. The baby comes out with a predisposition and a pre-leaning to Are you following me? Are you following me? That was Laffy Taffy, by the way. Are you following me? Master Emoto did an experiment with water. All right? Every day his students came in, he took a glass of water, he put it on one side of the table, another glass of water on the other side of the table. Every time the students came in every day, they spoke positive words to one, negative words to the other, and I believe I had the results. It says frequency plus intent equals healing. These are the results. These are the effects of you make me sick, I'll kill you every single day. F you, kiss my ass, now go sit down, go watch TV, get out of my face. This is what we tell our children. Your body is made up of 3/4 with water. And if you constantly repeat this kind of madness to your children, the physical, chemical makeup of your children will change. That's why we can't recognize them no more. Are you following me? These are the effects of words, love, and I appreciate you. Are you following me? Laila Africa talked about it in African Holistic Health. He says music and speaking sound. Music is used to calm patients in hospitals, stimulate sexual arousal, get shoppers in the mood to spend money, excite crowds at football, basketball games. Music is used to communicate to soldiers in battle, so on and so forth. And we have to understand that. It's in the music. The vibration is in the music. Need I say that again? The negative vibratory frequency is in the music. It's in the sound. You have to understand that. So why you think Tay Tay and Riri and them get it so early? Are you following me? They want to brand you at a young age. You become a perpetual consumer. So now your hangout is not the playground, all right? Not in the streets. You going to the mall to hang out. Why? Because you are familiar with the brands that have raised you. Are you following me? What's McDonald's mantra? Gotta love it. And it's not even food, but you gotta love it. Sisters, all that stuff y'all got around here, because y'all eating non-food. It's not food. I'm going to deal with that in a second. Wait a minute, let's deal with it now. It's drugs masquerading as food. Listen, can y'all answer this question for me? And anybody can answer this? Is it possible to get addicted to real food like an orange? Then why when I meet women, I say, well, so what do you like to do? I like to eat. I like to eat. I like to eat. No, that's not something you love to do or should love to do. We eat to survive. See, but this is why you got all this around here, because it's not food. And you ever notice it's hard to get rid of? Because that stuff is sticking to your intestines, and your intestines are starting to hang over you. Are you following me? We have to understand that. So, when you go in the grocery store, sisters, all the aisles in the middle, that's non-food. The outer aisles is where you should be going, the vegetables and the fruit. In order for you to activate the God consciousness, we have to put living food in a living body, brothers and sisters. Are you following me? If you're still eating pork, there's a problem, because you may not be able to get certain aspects, the deeper aspects of this particular lecture. If you still going to Murder King, Toxic Hell, Drunken Donuts, Dairy Queer, Long John Killers, and the rest of these places, you may have a problem. Are you following me? So the average American eats in a lifetime 15 cows, 24 hogs, 900 chickens, and 12 sheep. I'm going to say that again. You eat 15 cows during your lifetime, 24 hogs, 900 chickens, and 12 sheep. And up here it says 1,000 pounds of other assorted animals. You walking around here with a Muslim name or a righteous name, and you still doing this. No, let's activate our God consciousness. And we can rise above the label being Muslim, Christian, Hebrew, Israelite, and all this other stuff. We can just be gods. Right. Are you following me? We ain't got to argue over nobody's label. When people ask me, like, what are you? I said, I'm that and then some. I'm going to tell you like God told Moses to tell Pharaoh, I am that I am. Are you following me? Let's push forward. So this is some of y'all. Because the food you eat is not actually food. It's drugs masquerading as food. You're not eating food. When you walk in the grocery store, those 13 aisles, that's not even food. It's the outer aisles of the store that where you get the vegetation and the fruits and vegetables. What is that madness in the middle though? Let me tell you, Pop-Tarts is not food, y'all. Cheetos and cookies and all that kind of stuff. That's not food. You got to put living food in a living body. Big brother is watching through the cell phone. The only way you can, them not hearing you via the cell phone, is you take the battery out. Are you following me? I'm going to say that again. You plug it into the wall, you plug it into the phone, you put it by your nightstand, and you go to sleep. They activate the microphone on the cell phone. And they're listening to all that stuff you're doing late at night, 3:30 in the morning. They're listening. And straight up, when you get on the phone, stop talking strategy on the phone. They are listening. They changed the analog television signal now to digital. Why? To resonate with your frequency. I call it, television is a different form of birth control. You can't give birth to new ideas staying tuned in to channel 0. Are you following me? Here are their goals, and I put 21 more that is not here on the slides. They want to get rid of the church. They want to get rid of the government. They're building a superhighway now from Canada to Mexico. Are you following me? The North American Free Trade Agreement. All right? Passports, they're going to get rid of. Borderless borders, they call it. All right? Why? Because everyone's going to have to take the implantable biomicrochip. So when you go through the toll there at Georgia 400, all right, you don't need anything attached to your car. It's going to be in your ass, in your forehead, and in your hand. So you can drive right on through. They'll deduct the money out of your bank account. Let's push forward. They want to destroy the family via Planned Parenthood, as my Alpha 21, the DVD speaks about. The Hegelian dialectic principle, thesis, antithesis, synthesis. This is how it works. They create the problem. They create the problems. Terrorism, 9/11, Oklahoma City bombing, chemical, did I say chemtrails? Did I say swine flu? They create the problem. They create the reaction to the problem, which is the fear, uncertainty. Where am I going to live? How am I going to eat? They create fear, insecurity, panic, chaos, ignorance, blind trust, following Creflo, want some more dollar, and TD Snakes, and what's the other one? Bishop Eddie Wrong, and the rest of them. Are you following me? They are the ones that create the problem. They create the reaction to the problem, and you turn to them for the solution. It's a 3-step process, and it works all the time. If I could take one trip, y'all, without having to strip down to my dirty ass underwear, I'd be halfway thankful. When I go to the airport, it's just a routine. Belt, shoes, socks, yada, yada, yada. And you used to that. You used to stripping at the airport with a conditioning your mind. Are you following me? Let's push forward. Did I say it's the Hegelian dialectic principle? The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, same damn people. 2 wings of the same damn bird. Are you following me? Because the same people control both parties. Vote all you want. The flight plan never changes. I don't give a damn what pilot it is. I'm still going to New York. I don't care who's flying it. Are you following me? So, they don't care. And Skull and Bones is controlling it because they controlled the 2004 election. John Kerry. Nope. Was it Gore? Gore and Bush. All related to one another. All family, all in the secret society. Then it was Kerry, I believe, and Bush, who are cousins. So whoever you vote for, you lose. And did I hear this, and did you hear this over and over? Go out and vote, child, because we earn the right to vote. Stop. Your vote ain't nothing but a damn scam. What does the vote ever did for black people? I'm going to tell you like Cat Williams said, don't worry about it, I'll wait. What does it did for black people? Huh? This is going to be real in a minute. It was almost real a minute ago, last year. Get used to seeing this. Testing ground, right. Hegelian dialectic principle, problem, reaction, solution, which Michael Jackson, I hate to say it, was a part of right here in Atlanta, Georgia. You remember he was downtown, did a press conference, and he was asking people to come turn in your guns and you would get free Michael Jackson tickets. And then he came back and he said, come in, take the vaccinations, and you get free Michael Jackson. Go look it up on the internet. I ain't lying. They were using Michael Jackson. Who do we say the Illuminati was? Holders of the light. Holders of the light. Well, hell, who put that in the water on Ellis Island in New York? Are you following me? The French. All right? The French fraction of the Illuminati, because they work in cahoots with one another. Are you following me? Holders of the light. You know the Pledge of Allegiance. Because y'all sang the song every day y'all went to school, which was another ritual. Are you following me? What is the significance of putting your hand over your heart? All right, we're going to break that down in a few minutes. I know I'm moving kind of quick. All right? The Olympic torch. This torch was hand to hand. Every country, locking every country, well, the 5 or 6 countries that participated. There's some countries that don't participate in the Olympics. All right? And they hand this particular torch over to those that are part of the Illuminati conspiracy, that you may call it. But it's the Illuminati, holders of the light, because they're passing the torch on. Are you following me? This is where you come up with the symbol of the Audi. You know the car, the Audi with the rings that interlocked? These are the countries that participate in this. Are you following me? Everything is interconnected. You just have to know the symbols and know who's behind it. Like I said, they'll find one of us to do it because we don't know what it means. Are you following me? Now, Muhammad means what? Any Muslims in the house? Praiseworthy. Praiseworthy. And Ali? The Most High. The Most High. It's not a coincidence that they do this. They had to have Muhammad, praiseworthy, so you can praise the Illuminati. And they are the Most High. Are you following me? They do this. They don't do this just by accident. They handpick these people. Are you following me? Now, I'm going to show you a few more people that they handpick. All right? This is in New York. It's Prometheus. The statue of Prometheus. Stole fire from the gods for the purpose of mankind. It sits in front of Rockefeller Plaza. There's not an excuse for Jay-Z naming his company Rockefeller. There's a reason for that, and we're going to tie it in a minute. Are you following me? So I'm just getting you familiar with how they work, the colors that they use, the mantras that they use, the IRS. All right, it's the reason why they use the 3. The reason why you can go on the back of your dollar bill right now. Anybody have a dollar? Take it out. All right, we know times are hard, it's a recession, but you got a dollar. Take a dollar out, look on the back of the dollar bill, and find this symbol here. Understand something. We need to understand who the Federal Reserve is. The Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express. They're not part of the United States government. I'm going to say it again. The Federal Reserve, which collects your taxes, they are not part of the United States government. The Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express. But who owns the Federal Express? Federal Reserve, same thing. Let's look at this symbol on the back of the dollar bill. If you actually connect the dots and make the Star of David, which is the Jewish star on the Jewish flag, right? You'll see the word Mason, M-A-S-O-N, which really stands for the Ancient Order of Noble Mystic Shrine, Mason. And this is on the dollar bill, and it's been on the dollar bill ever since you've been chasing and trying to earn it. But we need to learn how to read these symbols. And you ain't got a dollar? Okay. Are you following me? All right. We're going to talk about the 13 layers. We're going to talk about the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. We're going to talk about a Nuit Coeptus, announcing the birth of the Novus Ordo Seclorum, announcing the birth of the New World Order, of the new order of the world. Are you following me? The money talks, man. We just don't know how to read it. Are you following me? We're going to look into what Anthony Browder taught us. This is so the reason why I was mad at that brother, putting all his energy and resources behind Barack Obama. Anthony Browder broke this down beautifully. He took people on tours through Washington, D.C. to break down the ancient symbols that they stole from us, that they took Benjamin Banneker and other brothers and sisters to lay out Washington, D.C. The Masonic emblems that they have laid out when you look at the satellites that look down on Washington, D.C. And this brother turned around, and you want to vote for Barack Obama, who's admitted that he's part of the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, him and his wife. So why would you do that? Unless you took the oath, Anthony Browder. Are you following me? By the way, Anthony Browder is the one that gave us the Browder Files, a very monumental book. We have a long legacy, like I said earlier, of black music that I feel, and maybe no one else feels this way, that we need to preserve because we're losing it one genre at a time. Jazz is gone, they got it. Rock, they already have rock. That's a long time ago, you're not even familiar with that, the history of rock. The same thing they're doing with R&B. I swear, I looked on the charts one time and Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, and Robin Thicke. They were at the top of the charts, R&B charts. So yeah, you might as well hang it up. Are you following me? You're quite hostile. So we need to understand that particular dynamic. So I do believe that that which is passed on from our ancestors, that have passed on into the ancestral realm, and that passed on the baton to us, left us with that legacy and duty to at least pass on the information. Because in one of these brothers could lie the voice or the energy of this messianic, voice or figure or energy. What do I mean by that? Dealing with exoteric teaching, those of us that are waiting for Jesus to float down out of the clouds somewhere to save us, that's not going to happen. Dealing with an exoteric teaching, we need to take the Jesus down off the cross from within here. Are you following? It ain't nothing spooky about that. People ask me all the time, well, what are you, Muslim, Christian, homie, what are you? I say I'm all of that and then some. I'm going to say like God told Moses to tell Pharaoh, I am that I am. Are you following me? I'm that and then some. Are you following me? If a Christian is one who's crystallized into the oneness with God through his example, Christ, that's the same thing as a Muslim. One who submits his or her will to do the will of Allah. Same damn thing, just different language. Are you following me? We need to understand that particular dynamic. But I say to everyone that I talk to, and I'm sure I've talked to some of you on the phone, that if you come talk to me and I tell you I don't have a religion, don't discard me and kick me to the curb. I'm probably a little bit better off than you do because I'm not confined to the madness. Are you following me? I studied the universe.